again, class of the 90s, World Cup season.
Game week 2.
Let's go. And there's only one place to start this week. England lost. England drew, 0-0 against Ghana.
Black Stars versus the Three Lions. And to be honest, the Black Stars, do you know what I mean? Whatever judge they did, I can't lie to you, it clearly worked.
It definitely worked. It worked on Harry Kane. I think it worked on Tuchel. They might have done something before the tournament.
1000%. It worked on every single player, man. I'll be real. But no, honestly, all props to Ghana. If I even take it a little bit or take a step backwards, right? Even when they brought in Rene, right from United days, he was the person that was putting our players into structure, putting them into all these defensive positions. So when I saw that they had appointed him, I was thinking, this is quite a pragmatic manager. It's not the typical Ghana that you would expect when it comes to explosiveness and, playing in a counter-attacking football. But yesterday showed that what he's brought in, what they brought him in for, he's done exactly that because defensively they look so good.
Yeah, the thing is, obviously give Ghana their props and that, innit? But I feel like Ghana turned up there and done what they were supposed to do.
1000%.
England, on the other hand, didn't do what they were supposed to do. And I think it's, for me, I don't want to say, yes, the midfield's for the defence, this and that, but that midfield ain't progressive enough, innit?
Too
Ain't
slow.
creative enough.
Too slow.
Everything's going sideways. I was counting in the first half, innit? Forward passes from the centre-backs and the midfielders. And I think maybe there was one or two in it. Everyone's looking for the long ball out kind of thing. No one's kind of playing that through ball. And I don't want to...
But surely that's the manager though, no?
It's the manager of the squad that he picked, because the worst thing is, looking on the bench, who's there to bring on? Like...
I get it.
I know you're going to say Kobe come on in it, but...
Rashford, come on, man. I think the manager, his starting lineup, I didn't think he went with the right players. I see what he tried to do with Jet Spence, in terms of going with someone who's very quick to protect England against the counter-attack.
You're playing against Ghana.
Yeah, but then you're playing against Ghana, and then what happened was that stunted England when it came to, the progressiveness and, the attacking, right? You saw how England played, and it was just very slow, very pragmatic. And you kept thinking, okay, cool. It's going to get to a point where England are going to turn it up a notch. But it was all too little too late. And I feel like Rashford should have started. Kobe maybe should have started. And even towards the end of the match as well, I genuinely thought that, okay, you're looking to get a goal here. This is why you brought people like Tony. This is why you brought people like Watkins. You can throw an extra striker on and just spamming crosses, and hopefully one of them will get to it. But he didn't do that. He brought like for like players. Obviously, Arsenal fans, don't kill me when I'm saying Saka and Madueke like for like. But there's two left-footed players that are looking to cut in. And to be fair, Saka looked good when he came on. Yeah. But is that because Ghana were kind of tired? I don't know. But I just didn't like the decisions that he made. And some would argue if Saka's fit enough to come off, then he's fit enough to start. So I would have liked to have seen Saka starting. I would have liked to have seen Rashford starting. Because when you're starting people like Gordon, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I said it on last week's episode, and I'm going to say it again. Gordon is nowhere close to Rashford. He's nowhere close to Rashford.
Here we go again.
Nowhere close to Rashford, man. You saw what Rashford did when he came on, and he was trying to put in crosses. You saw what Gordon was. Gordon got tackled like a good 7-8 times.
Yeah, but I feel like that's all Tuchel's asking of these players, innit? Just keep going. Because Madueke, he was happy with Madueke's performance because he wasn't the first sub. He switched him over onto the left-hand side. And it's because it's a matter of just keep going. And Gordon's got that in it. He'll keep going forward. He'll keep coming back in it. So it's like, I don't see him switching Rashford for Gordon.
Well,
he might do it in the next game.
He should, because Gordon was arse, bro. He was cheeks. You might as well have had me on that wing. Get me on that wing.
No, they're saying Barcelona are wondering if they can get a refund.
Bro!
Where's my fucking money? Motherfucker! Where's my fucking money?
But I don't know. It's one of them ones where I'm kind of stuck between overthinking it and thinking those are our chances gone, because that performance wasn't the performance of a World Cup winner, innit? Especially when you look at what everyone else is doing. But I think Tuchel made a tactical decision where it's like he knows that you don't need to win these games at this stage, innit? He's more worried about the latter stages when you're playing a big team, because what we've seen from these two games is low block, a team that's going to sit back, England will struggle. But a team that's going to come for you, they've got a shot in it, like Croatia.
But then
Croatia came out.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And they can score
I get
goals.
that, but maybe Croatia should have. I genuinely think if it was England versus Ghana in the first game and it was 0-0, Croatia would have adopted similar tactics to what Ghana did and try and hit them on counter-attack as opposed to playing that open game. Because most teams that are watching now, they're looking at it and they're saying, right, like this England team's not as mad as. I mean, if we just sit back, we can get an opportunity like Ghana did. Ghana nearly had a penalty and they should have had a penalty. That referee,
even that foul on Pickford that ended up being
that could have been a red in the Champions League. That's a red. That's a red. And so I think the referee, some of the decisions were very dubious. I feel like anything 50-50, he literally just gave it to the English players. Which honestly, like looking at it from that side, I'm not gonna go too deep into all of that. But honestly, like I just didn't like that because Konsa came at the player two-footed, didn't get anywhere close to the floor. And somehow it wasn't a penalty. And do you know what I hated? The commentators, they brushed it. Oh my God, they brushed it. You know, sometimes you get like a Gary Neville or someone else that's like, I can't believe VAR. I haven't looked at it. They brushed it.
You would have no. It's like it's a bit.
They brushed that, bro.
Like it wasn't even a decision. Which you know what I mean. I feel like you still can't go as far. We can't go as far to say England got lucky because at the end of the day they were still on top and Harry Kane should have scored. I think they should have just been better in general, but I think there's real signs for England to be worried in it.
It's worrying signs.
There's nothing. Like he took off. He ended up changing the midfield and put on Eze and Morgan Rogers, and they played with Rice in midfield. And I think it just wasn't. It wasn't
not the right balance. I don't think
I
don't think he's found that right balance. He's still looking at his team and he's still assessing. I'm just like, I don't know, Tuchel, man. Yeah. You should have done this time ago. For a team that's looking to win, if you watch France, for example, they know who they're gonna play. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the players they're bringing on as well. It's like, okay, cool. These guys are gonna change games and stuff like that. But I look at ours and it's like, okay, cool. Let me just throw something at it. So what do you think England need to do for the next game in order to make sure that they can show the rest of the competition that you need to take us seriously? We could win this here. Because at the end of the day, they're playing Panama, right?
Which is why I don't think there is anything they can do to make me think, to make others especially think. Because right now, the likes of France, Portugal, Argentina, I think they're looking at England thinking, we could beat them, we can knock them out in it. And in that next game, I personally would use this as a chance to put Kobe Mainoo in there, put Mainoo and Rice. That was the combination at the Euros that done it well.
Yeah.
Mainoo's not a runner, but he's a passer. Rice, he's a runner and he's decent physical in it, so he'll cover for Mainoo. And then, apart from that, I don't think there's not enough change in this. That's why you needed the likes of Palmer, Foden. Do you know what I mean?
What?
Players with a little bit of zhuzh, especially in a game against.
Palmer's at home, man.
He's at home, but do you know what I mean? Is it a mistake? Everyone's gonna come home trophyless. He's gonna
drinking that Maggie at home, man.
I'll catch you, man, at the next World Cup when Frank Lampard's in charge.
Dreamer. But no, honestly, in all seriousness, I think I'd echo what you say. He needs to play Kobe Mainoo the next game. He needs to bring on the Ivan Tonys, because if you think about it, when are you next going to have an opportunity to bring these guys on? And that's why I look at the last...
some minutes.
Yeah, and that's why I look at the last game and I'm thinking to myself, like, it was 0-0. This is when you throw some of those strikers on. But I just don't see him being one of those guys to take Kane off. I genuinely think it was I don't know, maybe say 88th minute. You take Kane off. You say, okay, it's 0-0. You rest for the next game, and then you give Pigeon minutes. Do you know what I mean? Just so I
different on the finish, do you know what I mean? Let somebody else have a go, and but I feel like Tuchel's he's a very stubborn manager, and I think he's got his plan A, and there's not really a plan B in it. It's like this is gonna work, but I just don't know if the players that he's taken are good enough. I'll be honest.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you again: is it coming home, or will we go home?
I'm getting a bit worried. I can't give an answer right now, innit? I'm torn. As a fan, I'm torn, innit? And as a third party, I can't give an objective opinion. So I can't lie. Right now, I'm not confident enough to say it's coming home. But I won't say we're going home.
We're going home.